More now on the story of Dane Spurl, the 18-year-old with autism who spent Saturday night in a cell at the St. John's lockup. He was arrested while walking home from a video store when RNC officers mistook his autism for intoxication. Tonight we have a clearer picture of how it happened and reaction from the police chief. Here and now, Zach Gowdy is live with our story tonight. Zach?
Well, Dane Spurl spent Saturday night here at the St. John's lockup, standing by the bars of his cell, asking to call his mom. It wasn't the first time he'd asked to make that call. Today, Diane Spurl told me that when her son Dane was arrested on Saturday night, he asked the officers repeatedly to take him home or to let him call his mom. Diane told me the officers told her son, "You're 18. I'm not your damn babysitter." So Dane was taken from Mount Pearl to the lockup. He was put in a cell with another inmate who was asleep on the bottom bunk. But Dane didn't sleep. He stayed by the bars, asking the guards repeatedly if he could phone his mother. The guards wouldn't let him.
"We've offered you a phone call to a lawyer, and you didn't take it. Can I please call my mom?" "No. Only a lawyer."
Nobody realized that Dane was autistic, not intoxicated. The police who stopped him didn't see it. The guards who held him for over 6 hours didn't see it. The Newfoundland and Labrador Autism Society says that's the problem.
I would like to think that when somebody comes across somebody who's not acting in a typical manner, that your first reaction isn't that they're drunk or stoned, that you might look to, is there another reason why this person's acting in a non-typical manner?
Diane Spurl says Dane resisted when police officers tried to stop him, but she says that's a symptom of his autism. If police don't know the symptoms, mistakes are going to happen.
So you could be walking with a slightly different gait, and which also can be mistaken for drunkenness, but so can somebody going into a diabetic reaction. And first responders need to go, okay, I know what I think is going on here, but maybe I should think twice before I jump to a conclusion.
That he's autistic isn't the only thing police didn't know about Dane Spurl. When Dane resisted, police wrestled him to the ground, and one officer put his knee across Dane's back to cuff him. He couldn't have known that Dane has a shunt in the base of his skull to drain cerebral spinal fluid. If the shunt had been ruptured, Diane says Dane could have been killed. We reached the chief of police today in Labrador City.
It's an unfortunate event, and we don't like when this happens at any point. And we'll be contacting, we already have contacted the young man's mother, and we'll be speaking to her directly and personally tomorrow.
One of the RNC officers who arrested Dane Spurl on Saturday night is speaking out already. He left a message this morning in the comments section of our CBC.ca website, and he wrote in part, "I am the police officer involved. I acted in good faith and believed that this young man was in need of apprehension, as I believe his actions could have killed him walking in the middle of the road. I am bound by the RNC Act and can speak little of this incident, but when my integrity and professionalism is dragged into the court of public perception, I have to respond." Live in St. John's, I'm Zach Gowdy for Here and Now.
Now, Justice Minister Tom Marshall heard CBC's story about Dane Spurl. He told us today that it troubled him and that he takes the incident very seriously. But Marshall is cautioning people to be careful not to rush to judgment and to get all the facts. He's also optimistic the RNC will learn from this. In fact, constabulary officers are set to get training from the Autism Society next month. That was something that was in the works before this incident took place.